If you were no longer affected by the judgment of others and you stopped judging yourself, would you make different choices? Why make choices in your life based on judgments instead of on your awareness of what would create the life and living you desire? Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of Inspired Choices Radio Show, Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Time on A2Zen.fm.
Hello, everyone. I guess I was not unmuted. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are very excited tonight. It is Wednesday, December the 30th. If you are joining us live, this is going to be the last show, the last live show of 2015 on A2Zen.fm. How much fun can we possibly have? So tonight I have a very special guest. She has been a guest of mine in the past, and I'm very excited to welcome her back. We are going to be talking about astrology, numerology, and my choices. My guest is Tania Gabrielle. So before I bring Tania on, I'd just like to tell you a little bit about myself if this is the first time you're joining. I am a possibilities coach, and I love working with individuals and organizations to co-create all the possibilities for them, their businesses, their bodies, and their relationships that are available in the universe. I am an Access Consciousness certified facilitator, an energy healer, radio show host, producer, and the owner of A2Zen.fm. I love to do lots of different things, and I love to play in the world in creating more that is available to all of us. My programs do assist you in bringing more possibilities to actualization. Ask yourself, are you ready to claim what you desire? Connect with me to learn more. You can connect with me at inspiredchoices.ca. Now, while I do charge for my services, the first 5 minutes are always free, and I would love to hear from you. So tonight, astrology, numerology, and my choices with Tania Gabrielle. Tania is somebody I pay attention to every day. I receive an email from all of the time, and I'm so excited to have her here and share her with my listeners. So astrology and numerology can be amazing contributions to your creations. Do you ever make them the answers and neglect your choices in the use of them? Would you like to speak directly with Tania, Wealth Astro-Numerologist? You can tonight, online. Tania is amazing with her capacities and will be sharing them with those who call in and ask questions. So Tania introduces the merging of two ancient divination arts, astrology and numerology, to the Western world. As a wealth astro-numerologist, spiritual teacher, personal oracle to her clients, author, and classical composer, she uses the frequency in letters, numbers, and sound to inspire others to a life of ecstasy, supreme fulfillment, and joy. She has coached thousands of clients and entrepreneurs worldwide, helping them to design fulfilling and abundant lives by unlocking their spiritual code, name, and current cycles. To her VIP clients, Tania is a personal oracle, precise astro-numerology strategist, and hands-on business mentor. Her insights have been published on the front pages of the USA Today newspaper edition and Yahoo.com, in Entertainment Weekly, ESPN Magazine, and online in the New York Times, the Los Angeles Times, Essence Magazine, ESPN.com, US Magazine, and on Sirius XM Radio. Tania's weekly forecast videos and bi-monthly full moon and new moon forecast videos reach tens of thousands of readers worldwide every week. As the creator of Numerology Academy, the first online certification course integrating two ancient spiritual modalities, astrology and numerology, Tania has taught and certified hundreds of coaches and healers. She publishes a free digital newsletter on wealth and fulfillment, current astrology and numerology events, and spirituality. And she is featured on numerologist.com as their top contributor, where she is acclaimed by many thousands of readers. She is renowned for her ability to read birth codes and names to explain hidden messages and symbolism behind people, events, and future timelines. Tania has been featured in 2 documentaries, Quantum Communication and The Voice, and she is a returning guest now on Inspired Choices Radio. Welcome, Tania.
Well, hello, Christine. That's quite a bio. Who is that?
I love that bio. I'm reading it. I'm getting more excited as I'm reading it. Could you pick up on that?
You forget all the things you do, So it's, anyway, I'm happy to be here on the second to last day of the year. It's exciting.
Oh, I am so excited. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a more inspiring guest to have on at this time when everybody's looking at what's the future going to be like? What was my past really like over the past year? So this is very, very exciting. So thank you. And anyone that's interested in calling in live, you can do so. The numbers in Canada is, the U.S. number rather, is 815-880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8736. Or you can Skype us at a2zen.fm or come on over into the chat room on a2zen.fm where we've got questions already popping and we're going to have a lot of fun in there. So Tania, where would you like to begin? Because this is a pretty big topic, and I'm sure that you've had this question before about the information that's available to us and how our choices also are important in all of that information.
Yes, well, this is a great question. There is a moment that obviously you came and took your first breath on Earth, and that moment is a moment that unleashes a very, very powerful sequence of codes. First of all, your birth code, but also your cycles in astrology and numerology. And so, but it's not to say that birth code and the subsequent cycles are written in stone either, because nothing is written in stone. It is just a pathway that's set that helps you see what the potentials are, what the ways are in which you can contribute and express yourself. The timing of those moments as well is indicated by those cycles and by your birth code, the talents you have, the personality, etc. But what's not written in stone is how you go about doing this and whether you actually understand, what your role is. That all is revealed by people who can read your code and can help you to navigate the code. So the actual free will and free choice makes it a very adventurous and exciting thing, because we can have 2 people born at the same time with even the same name, which of course nobody has that experience. Even twins have different names, so they have a different set of codes right there. But even if they did, they all have free will. And so free will merges with your code to create a very dynamic energy sequence that you are in control of, really. There's no such thing as everything having been decided and destiny being written already. And I mean, that would be horrific, to live a life where you have no actual input yourself. So
why even bother coming?
Why even bother coming to Earth and having that adventure? So the grand adventure is really to have an understanding of who you are, to understand what your name and birthday actually, how they affect you, why they were chosen in the first place. Why did you choose this moment to be born? What is it helping you with now? Your specific cycles now are in effect because of the day and the moment you chose. Your soul chose to come into incarnation again. So those are things that are amazing to understand, because they give you a lot of power. Once you understand them, you can say, "Oh my God, that explains this, this, and this," right? And so it's a lovely, lovely way to just merge the actual empowerment you have as a free living soul that is navigating a lifetime right now on Earth, and to have a map that guides you along the way. It's like, how can you drive anywhere without knowing where you're going? We all have navigation in our cars now or on the phone. This is your spiritual navigation for your life, that is revealed. So that's really more explanatory. You can choose a different route to get to where you're going, but eventually you're going to end up there. You know, whether it's this lifetime or next lifetime, whatever it is, you have a map that actually is a destiny for you. So let's make it as easy as possible and reveal the cycles and reveal the actual dynamics in your lifetime right now. And that includes relationships, that includes career, you know, it includes everything, like where you live, the name you choose. All of those are energy centers that you can change and adjust, right, and understand on a deeper level. So really it's a matter of understanding your code, your frequency, your energy that you emit, and that's part of who you are. I hope that's not too esoteric, but that's really...
No, I love that. I really love that because, you know, I've met a... their contribution to it, and then what's necessary for them to actually step in and create even greater. So I really appreciate everything you've just said. That's the show. We're done for tonight. No, I'm just kidding. I really wanted to hear that from you because that's what I had been, you know, really perceiving, but really wanted to hear it from someone such as yourself who lives in this world. So that's awesome. Anyway. So, Tania, why don't we give everybody a really quick example of what you do with someone's birth date and what it actually comes out meaning. So I'm going to volunteer myself. Can you do that quickly with me?
Sure, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so my birth date is July 17, 1962.
Okay, now do you have a specific question or do you want me to, because see, I can tune in to you and just read what I'm getting, or if you have something specific you want me to look at, I can do that too.
No, you just go ahead and whatever's popping.
Okay. So first of all, I want to say that this is just part of your birth code. You do have a birth certificate name as well, and that would be a missing link for me that I don't have right now. So I have two of your three important numbers, and the two numbers I have are the day you're born, which is the 17th, and then the full birthday for you, which in your case, 7/17/1962, adds up to the number 33. So I'm looking at the 17th, which is an 8, 1 plus 7 is 8, and then 33, which is a 6. And so immediately I see here with the 17 that you are a leader and you want to leave some kind of legacy behind, because 17 is what I call the immortality number. So you really, whatever it is that you do, Christina, there's always a sense of I have a mission and I want this mission to last beyond when I leave, you know, and that's just a sense you have about your life, that there's a greater reason for you to be here. The 8 also is very much the person in charge, the executive, so being the CEO of a company or owning a radio station, for example, as you do, that would qualify. Anything where you have people who you give the vision to, but you don't necessarily go in and manage all the details, but you have the vision and you implement it and then create opportunities for people in your company, right, to rise and express themselves. So this is the number 8 as well. The number 33 that your birthday adds up to is called a master number. So, and the reason it's called a master number is because you're doubling up the 3. So 11, 22, 33, 44, those are all master numbers. Master numbers have a very intense energy because you're, in this case, doubling up the 3. And 3 is all about creativity. So speaking and writing, so being on the radio, for example, using your voice, that all describes the number 3. It's the artist's number, the creative number, the number that needs a platform, right? Being on stage in some way as an author or speaker or dancer, whatever it is. Then you're doubling up the 33 though. So the 33 then becomes a 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. So 6 is about helping others. So you really want to be the nurturer, the one who shows others, helps them get answers to their questions in whatever capacity that is. It could be a doctor, a lawyer, anybody who's of service, right? But in your case, it would be somebody who's a consultant, for example. It could be a healer. But the number 6 even looks, if you draw it on a page, it looks like a woman who's pregnant. So it carries the responsibility of a child. So you're always there as like a parental figure for others. And I'm sure throughout your life people have come to you for advice and counseling because you just naturally exude that sense of Christine knows. Let's just ask her what she thinks. She'll have the answers. So the combination of the 6 and 8 is very dynamic because it's the leadership plus the nurturer, the healer, plus the visionary. And it shows me that you have the capacity to really implement in a big way because you're in the manifestation triad and the creative triad, which is very, very powerful. So again, this is part of your code, and I haven't looked at any of your cycles. I mean, if I said, okay, if I looked at the year you're in now, I would take your birthday, July 17, and I would tell you right now that you are in a 23 personal year as of your last birthday in July of 2015. So a few months ago, you entered this 23-5 year, and that brings so much change, lots of shifts for you, and also it governs media, so I would expect you to either expand in media or reach more people or have something to do with publishing. 5 is the big crowd number, so going public in some way or having a bigger reach. And 23 is a very, very empowering number, so it means you just feel like there are a lot of decisions to be made lately in the last few months, and that'll continue to your next birthday. You're just really, really stepping it up and having to be on your toes all the time right now. So, yeah.
You nailed it. That's awesome. I love it.
And
I'm even more excited.
Christine. That's a little
I know, and I could hog you all night long. I really, really could. But we have people that do want to ask you more questions. So we are going to take our first caller. Chrissy is on the line. Chrissy, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes. What question do you have tonight?
Hello, Christine and Tania. I wanted to find out, I'm an Aries with a Scorpio rising and a Sagittarius moon. And this last year, I've gone through all kinds of cleaning and clearing and rejuvenation and changes and upheaval and everything. Anyway, and I feel like I'm standing in the middle of a field that's all cleared out, basking in the sunshine, and I don't know what to do next. I mean, I've been waiting and waiting to find out what do I do next. So I'm wondering, what do you see in this year coming up in the next few months?
Okay, now I don't have your chart in front of me, so I'm going to go by what you're telling me. Aries Sun, Scorpio rising, Sagittarius moon. Couple things, that we had a major square between Pluto and Uranus that involves your sign Aries, and that is coming to a head for one final time the end of January, but it's been going on for 3.5 years. And for all Aries people and Capricorn people, it's been pretty challenging. So this is now changing. You will find that 2016 will be very different. Also, I want to say that Saturn has left Scorpio and is now in Sagittarius. So Scorpio rising, that would have been very, very much a more heavy feeling on you personally. That's changed with your Sagittarius moon, with Saturn in that sign. It's a mutable sign. It's lovely for everybody because things won't feel as stuck anymore. So for you to feel like you're on a field and there's a grand opening, just be very trusting that everything will reveal itself. We're entering a time now where anything is possible because it's moved from the cardinal aspect, which is more action with the last 8 years or so, to the mutable axis, which is much more fluid and flexible, and possibilities are endless because nothing's written in stone with this energy now. So it's a very beautiful moment. It's like a rebirth moment for all of us to just reset the clock, like you said. So just be trusting that it's all going to reveal itself for you. You're in a really good place now. I can tell you your life will feel very different as the next year begins and the next years actually happen. So it's a good time for you.
That's wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, my gosh. Bye. This is so exciting. There's so many people that want to talk to you, Tania. And before we get to our next caller, I want to let everyone know about where they can connect with you. So it's TaniaGabrielle.com. So that's TaniaGabrielle.com. And if you are listening to this in the replay or you want to listen to the replay, that link will also be in the archives. So you can definitely get in touch with her there. Or you can email me, Christine, at inspiredchoices.ca, and I'd be happy to forward you over to her page. Tania also has something very special that she's going to be sharing with all of the listeners tonight. But before we share that, we are going to take our next caller, and our next caller is actually someone on my team, and her name is Keisha. Keisha, what question do you have tonight for Tania?
Wow. I was totally surprised. Okay. Hi, Tania. Thank you so much, and thank you, Christine. The sense I get is just give you my birth information, and the main thing I would like, that I'm really curious about, is what will pop everything open for me in 2016? Like the one word or energy that comes up for you that you can see.
What's your birthday?
It is December 13, 1967. Okay. And I can type you out my birth name if that will help.
I think I don't need it right now. That would.
Well, there it is.
I'd have to add it up on a calculator. So,
no
okay,
worries.
let me just look at this real quick. 7 and okay, so you have end of year birthday. So, boy, you're getting into a very dynamic year. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. You just basically had a birthday, so happy birthday for you.
Thank you.
And you just entered a year that I call the spiritual alchemist, the magician year. So it's the number 15, which it ties into your full birthday number, which is 30. By the way, 30 is a 3, which is why you and Christine get along. There's a really nice combination here between both of you. So you're at 30. That means you love expressing yourself. In fact, you are very joyful. When you walk into a room, there's a lot of joy that comes from you. You have very interesting juxtaposition of numbers, actually. On the one hand, you're extremely private and sort of an enigma. On the other hand, you're very friendly and open. So you have a lot of different sides to you. But this year coming up is going to be like a magical year because of the number 15 allows you to tap not only into that joy, but into wealth and the feeling of abundance, just the plenty of feeling like almost like you're ripe. The fruit has ripened. And so it's really, I would just be very prepared for love, home, anything to do with abundance, plenty, and the ability to alchemize energy. You're going to be extremely powerful with just changing the dynamic of your life, when you put your mindset to it. So,
wow.
Yeah. Rock and roll.
That is so yummy. Thank you, Tania. That's
You're
perfect.
welcome.
Thank you, Christine. And wow, how does it get even better?
How does it get any better? Okay, we are going to take a very quick break. We're only taking one tonight because we got callers calling in left, right, and center. So please stay tuned. You are listening to Inspired Choices Radio on A2Zen.fm with my amazing guest tonight, Tania Gabrielle, and we will be right back with more of your questions and Tania's insights. Stay tuned.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning into Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices Radio Show.
Oh no! January 1st is coming up and I need to set my New Year's resolutions. That is how most of us react, and then default to what everyone else has decided is what we should change. But what would you actually like to change or create? Join me and a group of potent creators the first 4 days of the new year in the teleseries called Kickstarting the New Year. You'll receive 4 90-minute live calls filled with tools to create clarity on what it is you truly desire to create and be, and the tools to create that desire with ease. Go to Donielle.com, DONNIELLE.com for more information and to sign up. Kickstarting the New Year. What would you like to create in the new year? The world can't wait to find out.
This is Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program today, please call toll-free in the U.S. 815-880-8255, TALK, or Canada 613-800-8736. Or you can Skype us. Our Skype name is a2zen.fm. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back to Fun. Tonight, I have a special guest here on Inspired Choices, Tania Gabrielle, Astro-Numerologist, Wealth Numerologist. You just have so much going on. It's absolutely amazing. So we have, I'm just so tickled that you're here tonight, Tania. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. And if you are interested, Tania has so much that she's doing on YouTube and emails that she's sending out all of the time. And you've got lots of programs. So why don't we just take a second before we jump to our next caller, Tania, and let everybody know what you do have coming up that they can get involved in.
Right. Well, I have something actually I think everybody will love that I recently started, and I think this will be the perfect intro to what I do. I have a free service that I provide of weekly videos. And they're basically forecasts of the whole week where I go through every day in the Astrology Numerology for every day. So I thought that would be really the best thing to give to your listeners today, because in a sense it's just a way for them to just acclimate to the beauty of the codes that are around them every day and that really do affect them every day and help them along. And the way to receive that free email every week is just to go to my website, which is Tania Gabrielle, Tania Gabrielle, which is TaniaGabrielle.com and /weekly, WEEKLY. So if you go to my website, at the top right, you'll be able to actually opt in with your name and first name and email. If you add the word weekly, you'll get to a special page where you see a little video with me explaining what you're getting. But either way, you can opt in, put your name in, your email, and I look forward for you to just, immerse yourself in the beauty of these heavenly codes. And also what you receive is my newsletter, too. I write about what's going on in the world, especially in terms of uplifting inspirations that help you through the month, and so you'll be receiving that as well. So that's my little gift for today.
Thank you so much. You certainly are gifting to everyone around the world because you give a lot in all of the information that you provide in those, and I am very, very grateful. Thank you. So we have our next caller. Patrina is on the line. Patrina, do you have a specific question for Tania tonight?
Hey, Tania. Yeah, I do. You had my birth date there, right? April the 7th, 1974. So, my question is, I've had a really cool year, a year of choosing a lot of great stuff and, really choosing to show up in my life more. So my question is, I have this, underlying almost frustration of, still wanting to burst forward more. And so I'm wondering, what insight you can shed on that.
Hello, Tania.
Oh, is she there?
No, she seems to be gone. So I'll give you the insight. I'll give you the insight on you. You're amazing. You're going places.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's obvious, but
So, why don't we take a quick little break? Yeah. Let's play a couple of our commercials, and we'll get the producers to get her unmuted and see if we can get everything going again. Okay? Hold on.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning into Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices Radio Show.
What if you really do change molecules by your interaction with them? What if the change you've been looking for is right before your eyes? What if the uncomfortableness that comes with difference could be fun? What if the closed-minded people of the world no longer determined our world? What if gratitude trumps judgment every time? What if your kindness healed the world? What if the earth is asking for your help? And what if you had the resources to give it? This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Picasso, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Aristotle all knew to be true. Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. What if there are no dumb questions, or any question too large? What if you being you are the gift and the change this world requires? Is now the time? For more questions to create a change in your world, sign up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. My gift to you, beingyouclass.com.
This is Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program today, please call toll-free in the U.S. 815-880-8255, TALK, or Canada 613-800-8736. Or you can Skype us. Our Skype name is a2zen.fm. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning with us tonight. It is December the 30th. And the new year is coming up. It's just right around the corner, and it's absolutely so exciting. It's exciting in my world, and we have an amazing guest tonight, Tania Gabrielle. She is an Astro-Numerologist, Wealth Numerologist to the stars, and absolutely one of the people that I love what she's contributing in the world. There's so much and so many people out there that are contributing, and I want to ask you a question. What are you contributing in the world that you would love for others to know about? Do you have a gift? Do you have a contribution that you desire to make to the world? Here on a2zen.fm, we're always looking for amazing guests and amazing hosts. Our lines are available for new and inspiring hosts to join this amazing team, and we would love to have you. One of the things that I am creating in the world, I'm so excited about, is a new program called BIG, which stands for Bodacious Invitation to Greatness. And you can check that all out on Facebook, where we are creating a movement called BIG Living Now. It is absolutely exciting, and I would love to have you join me in that new creation with my co-creator, Rhonda Burns. So I believe that we have our caller here with Tania on the line. Tania, are you there?
I am. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened, but I'm back.
Technology. This is what live radio is all about. You just got to be ready to move with it, so it's all good. So we have our caller, Patrina, on the line, and her birthday, April 7th, 1974, and she's really looking at what's it going to take for her to expand even greater going forward?
Right. So what I was starting to say, and you didn't hear me, is that, Patrina, your name starts with a P, and that is a letter that resonates to the number 16. It's the 16th letter of the alphabet. And so just knowing that and knowing we're moving into 2016 is important. It's one of the 3 important letters, actually, for next year. So people who are born with that letter somewhere in a prominent position will be supported in a big way next year. The other thing is that letter, 16, is a 7. 1 plus 6 is 7, and you're born on the 7th. And your whole birthday adds up to the number 32.5. So these numbers, 7, you have the P, you got the 7, you got the 5, they're all mental numbers in numerology. So this is really powerful for you to understand, because what I'd like you to visualize is you're very much in your head. You may overthink things. You're brilliant. Your mind is brilliant. But you sometimes may overanalyze or worry. So that would interfere with you manifesting and just living in your heart center. So I want you to visualize more of your dreams in a very dynamic way. So get into a space where beautiful music is playing, where you feel your senses awaken, and get out of your head a little bit. And once you do that, you're going to feel extremely empowered, because you have the brilliance, you have the mind, you know the way. It's just sometimes you get in your own way when your mind, overthinks. So,
I can't wait to use this.
So this is your year to do that, though, right? It's really a powerful year for you. So
that's
cool.
Fantastic.
You know what? I just have to add this because you mentioned the 7, and there's something really interesting in my family. There are four of us and 5 of us, if you include my cat, who are all born on April the 7th, like in my immediate family. One of them is my husband. Can you talk about that? Like, I find that so incredibly interesting. It's like my husband, my uncle, and just now in 2015, my niece, my brother's first daughter, were all born on April the 7th, different years.
Wow. Well, yes, I can definitely tell you that these codes run in families. And in this case, the birthday runs in the family. So there are spiritual DNA codes that are literally part of the DNA of a family. So you can have the same numbers. I share two numbers with my daughter, for example. And so, and she shares one number with her dad, the third number she has, the important number. So it really is an important part of the communication between family members. In your case, it's an actual birthday. So what I would do is I literally would look at that code for that birthday, which is in Aries with the number 7, which is very spiritual. The 7 is all about learning. I mean, 7s love books. They love to be surrounded by knowledge and information, and yet they need peace and quiet. So what runs in your family is the need to have space, peace and quiet, and so you respect each other because you all have that one number. I actually call it the CIA number because it's very secretive on the one hand because you hold things close, but on the other hand you can see everything that's going on around you. Mm-hmm. So it's like really a powerful, wise number. And so if you all resonate to it, you understand each other. The 7s are sometimes complicated to understand because they might not communicate as readily as other numbers, right? So,
yeah.
But I would be very fascinated by looking at your family and seeing this whole birthday.
I think what you just said about the space and the communication is really interesting. With me and my husband having the same birthday, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Thank you so much
for
calling in, Katrina. That's awesome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Tanya, we have one of the listeners in the chat room that has a question. Her name is Sue, and her birth date is April the 14th, 1953. And she has her birth name, but I know that takes too long. She feels super stuck, she says. Do you have anything that you can give her for that?
I'm just seeing if I can copy and paste her birth name real quick to see what's going on too. But meantime, I want to just mention here while I'm doing this that we have a major theme going on with Aries people calling in because most of them so far were born in that sign. It's fascinating to me. These things tend to happen, these themes. So I looked at your birth name too, so let me do the rest of your code, 9/18/27/9. Okay, so 9 plus 8.
I guess we do have Sue on the line as well.
Okay, good. So Sue, what I'm seeing with your code is that you have a lot of abilities, and you might sometimes get distracted in too many different directions. You're born on the 14th, so you have a lot of choices with your life, and then on the other hand, you're very compassionate. The number 27, which is your whole birthday, adds up to that number 27, is what I call the Gandhi number. So it makes you a humanitarian. You just love to love, and you love to come from that place of we're all brothers, we're all sisters. So what happens is this whole code that you have allows you to manifest very, very quickly, and this would include your birth name, which I checked. And so you have to be careful because of the power that you have to not manifest in the negative. So
gosh, thank you. That's
right?
what I've been doing.
Yeah, because you do have a lot of power and you do manifest fast. So if you focus on something that isn't helpful to you, or you just over-dramatize, or you just get stuck in a place, that will actually replicate really fast in your life, in other parts of your life, because that's just what happens with your code. So just be very aware that if we get into that place where you're feeling down, to absolutely turn everything, like turn it down. Like, don't amplify it, right? Turn the volume down, take a break, take a nap, do whatever you need to do. But switch out of it. Do a pattern interrupt. They say that in video marketing, where you basically interrupt the pattern. You do something completely different that takes you out of that space that you're in, and that way you can learn to recognize when you are in a place that actually is replicating something you don't want. Instead of moving away from it, you want to move away and take it to a really healing moment for you, where you take ownership of who you are, which is a very powerful manifester, and you use that to your advantage.
So can you help me see where I'm going?
Well, in terms of this year, you are in an 8 universal year, personal year for you, and that makes it a time to go through a lot of moments that help you with self-growth. So what you may call a challenge is actually a disguised opportunity to grow stronger. Once you go past your next birthday in April in 2016, you're going to be in a 9 personal year, and that will be a very major code activation for you, which means your purpose will be much more clear. You're going to have come through a year of overcoming challenges and becoming very strong and be set in a place that will allow you to fly in a very, very dynamic way. So be very open after your next birthday for some beautiful shifts to happen, for things to move in a much more easy way for you. So this year, like I said, it's more about growth for you to gain strength.
Very
and
cool.
when I say this year, I'm talking birthday to birthday. I'm not talking 2015.
Right.
So, yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for calling in, Sue. Wow, this is going really, really fast. I believe we have Eleanor on the line. Eleanor, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hi, Christine. Hi, Tania.
Hello.
Eleanor, what is your birth date?
It's 10/17/58.
October 17, 1958.
Mm-hmm.
We have the 17 theme going today as well. That is cool. I love this. Okay, so do you have a specific question, Eleanor?
Yeah, I do actually. 2015, there was a lot of change in relationships, in energetically. There was separation with family. And I want to know for 2016, where is all of that going? And is there going to be more change in that? Can you get a sense of some kind of energy there on that for me, Tania, please?
Okay, so what I can tell you is that your year, up until your birthday, so a couple months ago, right? That personal year you were in was one of a lot of sudden, unexpected, almost like lightning strike events for you, where you really didn't know what was going to happen next, and you really went through almost like, a spiritual awakening in many ways. That's what 16 years often can be like. So this year, meaning from your birthday 2 months ago onwards, you've entered a 17 year, and you're born the 17th. So when one of your personal numbers is activated, it's extremely powerful, and it gives you a lot more energy. So I want you to know that for the next 10 months until your next birthday, you have tremendous opportunity to attract really whatever you set your mind to. And I really mean that. Like, just focus on what it is you want to have happen as if it's happened already, and you will see miracles in your life. And it'll feel very different from the previous year, which was more of, like I said, a spiritual boot camp in a sense for you. So this is more about the manifestation now. What you've learned, you're now putting into practice, and you're creating some really powerful moments for yourself. So I can't stress enough, this is a very powerful year for you to do that.
Yay, Eleanor.
Thank you. 100% right on. Right on.
And you didn't pay Tanya any money to say any of this, did you?
Absolutely not. That is pinpoint. That's 100% spot on. Thank you so much.
That
You're
is
welcome.
fantastic. So we have one more caller. Rhonda is on the line, and Rhonda's birth date is November the 19th, 1967.
Okay. Let's see here.
Welcome, Rhonda.
Hey, thank you.
Hey.
Glad to have you here,
do you
Tanya.
have a specific, pardon me?
Glad to have you here. Grateful for your contributions tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Tell me,
probably probably in the realm of my business. I'm really looking to change trajectory in terms of what I'm playing with, and I'm almost resistant to it. So can I leave it at that?
Yeah, well, I can tell you just from the general point of view for everyone that we've all come to a 0 point right now in our lives. So if we're considering any change, whether it's with our team, our business itself, our business model, personal life, whatever it is, if we're considering a change, the change is absolutely transitioning into a brand new dynamic right now. It is unavoidable, and it's happening. So if you're considering a change, it is meant to happen, meaning you're considering it for a reason. It's not just, it's not haphazard at all. So in terms of your code, let me just look at what's going on. 8 and 12, and your birthday was just recently. Okay, so for you what's happening is you're entering into a period now where you need to be, first of all, trusting that the timing of everything will reveal itself. So be patient, and also know that you are entering a time where your partnerships are big. So whether that's business or personal, one-on-one, entering into just deeper, meaningful, cooperative partnerships of any kind are really going to be favored for you this year. Also, just understanding that how you communicate your message is really going to shift. You're going to somehow soften something about what you do and bring it out in a very beautiful way that will allow more people to enter your world. And I don't know what that is, but it just feels like it's going to shift you, and it's already shifting you. You're already entering that moment in your own life.
Thank you. That's exactly what I've been playing with, and you spoke to it. Like, oh wow, I'm speechless.
Well, I was just given that from your guides. I'm a psychic too, so they just told me to tell you that. So I heard that.
Oh wow, I'm almost to tears. Thank you.
Inspired Choices is going to go on for 2 hours tonight. We are having so much
fun. If you got
fun.
time for one more, I think there's somebody else wanting information.
I think we've got 2 actually. Thank you, Rhonda. So
thank you, Tanya.
You're welcome.
Tanya, we have Rod, and his birth date is May 31st, 1969.
Okay. May 31st. There are only 7 days of the year that are 31 days, and tomorrow's one of them, and they're very special. So 31 is what I call the genius number.
Wow.
Yeah. People who are born on the 31st or 13th, actually, which is the mirror reversal, 31 through 13, are very out-of-the-box thinkers. There's nothing about them that's politically correct at all. They really are. They go out on tangents, and they have brilliant ideas, and they're different from other people. There's something about them that just is very unique. So, and they have a lot of power too. 13 and 31 carry a lot of power, and they need time to themselves to understand how to use their gifts. You know, they need time, especially the number 31 needs a lot of room to breathe. So, having said that, so the name is Rod?
Yes.
Or Rod? Okay, Rod.
R-O-D.
Is there a question?
No, just general information. And then we've got one more, and I have a quick question for you at the end.
Okay. So, general information. So, the whole birthday for Rod, for you, adds up to the number 34/7. So we've got somebody here who is very private, needs space, needs to be in nature, needs quiet. However, this year that you entered in May, so we're halfway through it for you, is more about stepping out as a leader. So taking whatever gifts you have and making them visible, being the visionary who shows his visions as opposed to the visionary who goes to the mountaintop and meditates. So you're supposed to be stepping out more and really creating a energetic connection to the world with what you have to offer, and it's a good money year for you too. You're born on what I call a 4 or 8 day. That sets up a whole different dynamic, and you're in an 8 year. So what that means is there are a lot of things that were destined that will happen for you this year if you notice them and really leverage that energy. So you'll feel sometimes like you might meet somebody or a situation may emerge in your life that will allow you to really finally say, my God, this is what I've been waiting for. That's the kind of year you're in. So it's exciting.
That is very exciting. Wow. We also have Faith, who's on the line, and Faith has just posted her information there. Her birth date adds up to 29/11.
Okay, I like doing it myself, so she could give me her birthday. That would be wonderful.
Okay. May 20th, 1966.
Okay. There we go. Okay, it's just how I work. I just need to see it in front of me, see the whole code. So 29/11, 22. So she has a 22 and an 11 master number. And is there a specific question? I see she gives me her...
Receive insight about creating wealth.
Ah, okay. Let's see, 7, 9, 8. Okay. And this is Faith, is that correct?
Faith, yes,
okay.
Correct.
Okay, so Faith, you have another very interesting juxtaposition where your name, Faith, is the 6th letter, the number 6, and you are in a 15 year, which is a 6. This is a money year for you. So this is where you're supposed to have faith in the fact that you can create income. 6 is one of the big money numbers. So I want you to really understand that this number that you're engaged with now allows you to access abundance, but it's not part of your code, meaning none of your code is in the triad of the 369 numerology triad. So it's going to be like a new experience for you. You're going to have to stretch yourself to really feel how this abundance will be generated. And what it's actually asking you to do is to be very engaged in the fact that you are extremely psychic, very spiritual, and you have something to give and to share that's very magical on that level. And when you tap into that and you reach out on that level, you are extremely abundant this year. You can really create a movement that will support you and sustain you for the rest of your life when you really show this incredible gift you have. It's very powerful, and really it's going to blossom tremendously, not just this year, but going into next year as well, because you're 77. So I really love this code for you. I just want you to know some of it will feel new, and you'll have to stretch yourself to really understand the potential and the opportunities involved for you.
Wow, what a night it's been. This has been the fastest show ever. Tania, thank you so much for honing your capacities, for showing up in the world, for sharing them, and for the generosity that you are, not only on this radio show tonight, but also in all of the communication that you're putting out there in the world. It truly is a gift to so many of us, and I'm very grateful. And on behalf of all of our listeners tonight and those that will be listening in the future, thank you so much. And everyone, please go over to Tania's website, sign up for this free amazing gift she contributes. And you know what? If you'd like a personal reading, she also does that too. So thank you. And I'd just like to say Happy New Year to everyone. Come and play on A to Zen. Email me, Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. And remember, you always have another choice. Bye for now, everyone.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Radio Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Time on A2Zen.fm. We hope you'll join us. Until then, have the best week of your life by making the choices that bring you all that you desire.